Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It is still your one and only 24/7 news boss. We are here to bring you another fresh update concerning the IPOB. And before we proceed, please subscribe, like, and share this video. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you will be the first to receive our updates promptly. So, in today's update, the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has intensified pressure on the zoo government to resolve the lingering detention of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi KANU, calling on the zoo president to intervene personally and order his immediate and unconditional release. The demand was made in a joint statement signed by NANS National President, Comrade ATIKU ABUBAKAR, and the association's public relations officer, Comrade Orowole Eniola, following the students' leadership meeting at Prince Abubakar Audu University, Ayeba, Kogi State. Mazi Nnamdi KANU was arrested under controversial circumstances in Kenya on June 27, 2021, and was extradited to the Zoo Nation in a move that sparked widespread debate about its legality. Since his return, he has faced charges bordering on treasonable felony, terrorism, and incitement, and has remained in the custody of the Department of the State Services, DSS. Several court rulings, including judgments from the Court of Appeal, have ordered his release, while others have granted him bail. However, these judicial pronouncements have not been implemented, leaving KANU in continued detention. Critics argue that the zoo government's reluctance to comply with court orders undermines the zoo nation's democratic principles and sets a dangerous precedent. Speaking on behalf of the zoo nation students, Comrade Abubakar described KANU's prolonged detention as a matter of urgent national concern, stressing that it has become both a legal and political issue. KANU has been in detention since June 27, 2021, after his arrest in Kenya and subsequent extradition to the Zoo Nation. It is evident that he has been granted bail on several occasions by courts of competent jurisdiction, yet those judgments have not been enforced nor officially denied by the Zoo government, Abubakar said. The student leader argued that the Zoo Nation's image as a democratic nation is at stake if judicial rulings continue to be ignored. The rule of law is the foundation of any democracy. Once citizens begin to feel that justice is selective, the legitimacy of government is weakened, he warned. NANS reminded the zoo president that it is not alone in making the appeal for KANU's release. The association listed a long list of stakeholders who have previously called for his freedom, including traditional rulers, governors, lawmakers, religious organizations, civil society groups, international organizations, and socio-cultural groups such as Ohaneze Ndibo. The demand for KANU's release has cut across ethnic, regional, and political lines. Notable the zoo nations, respected institutions, even international observers have called for a political solution, the statement noted. NANS emphasized that KANU's detention has become a flashpoint for agitation in the southeast, with many residents of the region perceiving it as evidence of marginalization. Abubakar said, no section of the country should feel marginalized or be treated like second-class citizens. Mazi Nnamdi KANU is a national asset to the country and should be allowed to contribute his quota. According to the student body, continued detention of the IPOB leader only deepens the grievances of the Southeast and fuels mistrust between the government and the people. Comrade Orowole Eniola, the NANS PRO, echoed the association's stance that a purely legal approach has failed to yield results. He urged the zoo president to consider political dialogue and reconciliation as the only viable path forward. Mr. President has a historic opportunity to heal wounds and strengthen our democracy. Releasing KANU will not only deal tension in the southeast, but also reaffirmed the belief that this administration is committed to justice and fairness, he stated. Nance further noted that the zoo president has a track record of political negotiations and reconciliations, urging to apply the same wisdom in KANU's case. So, furthermore, I believe that the Nance intervention adds new weight to the ongoing debate about KANU's release. The student body, often described as the conscience of the nation, represents millions of the young zoo nations across campuses nationwide. Its decision to publicly call on the zoo nation's president could galvanize further civic pressure and expand the conversation beyond ethnic and political boundaries. By formally resolving to approach the presidency, Nance has signaled that the matter is not only a regional demand but a national concern that touches one issues of democracy, inclusivity, and governance. For the zoo president, the decision on KANU presents a delicate balancing act between security, politics, and justice. While sections of the security establishments view KANU's release as a potential risk, stakeholders across the political spectrum believe that continued detention is counterproductive and only entrenches division. Observers argue that granting freedom to KANU could serve as a bold move towards peace building, dialogue, and national healing. Conversely, ignoring such calls, especially from influential groups like Nance, could fuel further mistrust in the government and weaken the zoo president's promises of fairness and unity. In conclusion, Nance concluded its statement by reaffirming its commitment to one nation, while insisting that true unity can only be achieved when all citizens feel equally respected under the law. We stand for unity, peace, and progress. We are convinced that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will mark an important step toward rebuilding trust and confidence among the zoo nation. It is time for dialogue, not division, the statement read. With mounting pressure from student leaders, civil society groups, political leaders, and international stakeholders, all eyes now turn to the zoo president to see whether he will heed the growing calls for a political solution in one of the zoo nation's most contentious legal and political battles. So, my people, what is your take on this matter and what do you think would be the right decision? Please let us know at the comment section as we conclude on the update for now. We will be back shortly, but before then, please subscribe and like this video.